Hello and welcome back to more Spongebob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom. Or in the last episode, we started our adventures in the downtown Bikini Bottom area and we started playing as the third and final character that's going to be available to us in this game, which is Sandy. And in this episode, we are going to be going to the downtown rooftops and experimenting even more with Sandy's awesome movesets.
Hey Larry, what's shaking?
Sandy! Boy, am I glad to see you. I need your help. My TV reception has been terrible lately. I need to have someone replace my old antenna with this shiny new one.
Yes, sir. That there antenna is shinier than a $3 bill. Well, why don't you replace it yourself?
I'm not really much of a jumper.
So, what's jumping got to do with it?
Because the old antenna is up there.
Woo! That's taller than a glass of Texas iced tea.
The robots have blocked off that building, and I can't do all those fancy moves you and Spongebob do to get across these gaps. All I can do is flex! Wanna see?
Yeah, great. So what are you gonna do with the old antenna?
Oh, that? It's yours if you replace it with a new one.
Well, I have been getting bad TV reception in the tree dome. Okay, Larry, you got a deal.
So we've been given a new mission, get the antenna over to that rooftop. Before we do that, what we're going to want to do is we are going to actually change away from playing as Sandy, and because there's a bus stop right behind this building over here, because there's a sock that we need to obtain, which can only be obtained with SpongeBob. Well, I mean, yeah, okay, so what we're going to want to do, because Sandy doesn't have a little bounce attack right here. So we switch to SpongeBob and use his bubble bounce attack to activate this button, and then bounce our way up. You could technically change to Sandy right now if you wanted to get it, but since we're SpongeBob already, we may as well stay playing as SpongeBob. And technically what you could do right now is you could jump your way over here and get the spatula now, because you can make that jump. I may have failed it there, but you can technically make that jump, but we're not going to. There's a more official way to get it that I want to show off, so we're going to do that instead. Before we do that, we're going to get the sock, which is hiding behind this fan right here. And now we're going to go, by the way, if you're thinking, why did you stop your jump mid-air in the trampoline? It's because if I try to jump from here, there's an invisible wall that stops me from doing so. There's a very small window there's a very small window of time during that jump that allows you to glitch away on top of that building. I would turn to speedrunners for advice on how to do that, because it is primarily a speedrunning trick. Anyway, so now, the only reason I addressed it is because if anyone brings it up in the comments as to why you didn't do that, because it's not really, it's mainly a speedrunning trick. Anyway, so here we go. Crossing large gaps with good old Sandy. We've done this many times before, but now for our little cutscene. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were meant to do the sea needle after this, but because we had enough shiny objects, I figured we might as well get it out of the way. Anyway, so I recommended swinging as he's about to throw his thing so that he can't possibly get a read on you because you move too fast, then just walking up to him and knocking him out of the way. Oh, I should have shown off the lasso thing. Anyway, okay, so now that this bench is risen up, we can jump our way up here. Let's use the lasso one more time, like so. Hello, Tartar Sauce. Are you in the mood for getting lassoed? No? Well, that's just too bad for you, isn't it? Because that is next up on your agenda. The nice thing about lassoing the Tartar is that because ordinarily it takes 2 hits to take that thing offline, with Sandy's lasso, you can just do it in 1. Anyway, I'm in a pipe. So there's the next wheel that we collected. I didn't really bring much attention to it, but that was the next wheel. I think I can lasso on my way. Yeah, I was wondering if I was going to be able to make my way on top of that thing, or if I was going to have to wait for it to come back for another round. Fortunately, I was able to make it on before it left. Okay, so now let's just swing our way across like so. And as I said, this section is mainly just tutorial section for, well, not tutorial, it's, the last section was tutorial section for Sandy. This is more, putting what you know to the test in a slightly more advanced, rooftop parkour sections that you can really nail Sandy's abilities. Kind of like with Patrick. You know, in Jellyfish Fields, the initial section was all about learning how to use Patrick, and then the caves were putting what you know how to use Patrick to the test. Anyway, okay, so here we go. Yes, we do want to feed the clam 100 shiny objects to create a new path, because this is the more official path that I mentioned previously in order to get that spatula on top of the building, on top of the first building we came from. So basically, when you hit that button, a bunch of hooks will spawn in, and you can use these hooks to go all the way back to the beginning and get that spatula. And don't worry, we won't have to go all the way back here the same, because just like last time, as you can probably figure out, we're just gonna warp back to this spatula after we get it, because it'll just take us straight back to that little platform where we can hit the button, which is of course right where we want to be. And this is the more official. For the last one, you get as high as you can, jump once, jump twice, and then hover across. You want to wait as long as you possibly can between those jumps before you start falling, because it is a pretty long gap for you to have to cross. And there is another spatula. Alright, now from here you have two choices. Either go back the long way, which is the way we came, or we can drop down to the level below. Remember earlier when I went on my way to activate this teleport box, even though there seemed to be no reason for me to do so, because when we drop back in here, it will take us immediately back to where we initially kicked off the Swinging Sandy Spatula, because for some reason, if you actually warp to this, it takes you back to the beginning of the level. I don't know why, but whatever, I suppose. Alright, so now what we want to do is just, again, time your jumps for as much distance as you possibly can between them so that you can actually make this jump. Do that same thing again over here, except this time you gotta be careful because the Tartar can actually snipe you out of the air. So you want to try to... Fortunately, the projectiles move slow enough that you can pretty much predict where they're coming from and get around them. But now what you want to do is you want to kill two birds with one stone. Hover over across this orange gap like so. Again, time your jumps so that you get as much distance between them as possible. Basically what I mean is that instead of just doing quick jumps like this and then hovering, you want to jump, wait, then do it. And even that was pretty fast. Jump. Excuse me. Just wait between the jumps and don't do it immediately like this, otherwise you won't get as much airtime as you can if you do it like this. And then, so there's the sock, there's the wheel, and now we can bounce our way back up to the rest of the level, and I thought I was going to be able to knock you both out with one kick there, but unfortunately, I did not get as lucky as I would have liked to. Anyway, so now what we're going to do is we're going to keep on moving along. This conveyor belt's moving in the opposite direction we want to, so we're just going to jump as we move so that we can actually, you know, make it to the other side. Here, hover out as far as you can, and then as soon as the gloves appear, drop, and then swing your way up to this ledge right over here. There's going to be some enemies that spawn as soon as you land here, so we want to immediately make a break for the Duplicatotron. If there's any small enemies in your path, you can take them out as you go. Now what you want to do is you want to hover across these G-loves, get to the corner, turn around, and use your lasso against... Oh, I think the explosion actually took out the Duplicatotron, but for any of them that don't get caught in the blast radius, you can use your lasso against them. Then you want to hit this button to lower the first trampoline, that you can have a chain reaction of trampoline bounces to get your way up to the top, grab some underwear on the way up to restore your health, and land safely right over here. Another piece of underwear right here, because I got hit twice in that battle. Looks more than I would have liked to. But you may have noticed there's another sniper on the other side of this ledge, so same thing we did previously. Hold still, bait him, and then move the other direction to swerve around the shot, and then just kick the crap out of him as you would with any other enemy. Now you want to hover on top of this wooden platform right here, allow it to take you up to the top, but it is a seesaw, so if you lean too far to one side, you could just slide off, so be wary of that. Now there's a couple things of interest here. The first and most important one, obviously, is going to be the wheel right over here, so we're going to jump over to this wooden platform right here to grab it. We almost have all the wheels, only one more to go, and then we will be all wheeled up, ready to go. The second thing of interest is going to be this purple shiny object right here, because if you recall, these are incredibly valuable, much like purple studs in LEGO games, so we want to grab it while we're up here. Take out the Tartar. I guess I could have hopped on top of him to activate the Thunder Tiki, but we can also just hop on top of him like this to activate it. And here, I'd actually recommend you take out at least one of the G-Loves and then go for the Duplicatotron, because he can't spawn another one in fast enough, so the less things you have to deal with, the better, and then lasso him like so. And there's both of them taken out, so now we can... Here, you actually want to use the lean into your advantage, so lean as far back as you can, and then jump your way on top of it like so. So that you want to lean far enough to give yourself a little bit of an incline, but not too far so that you'll just slide right off, because that's not fun. Do the same thing for all of these. Get yourself up here, and now that you are here, we're going to stand in the corner, lasso this glove. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Wrong. I'm probably going to take a hit here. Actually, wait. Maybe I can bait him over to this Thunder Tiki. Go on. Get caught in the blast radius. Perfection! Not the way I intended to do that encounter, but it still works. Alright, little mini slide right here. No music plays for it, or no special music plays for anything, but you do have to jump at the very end of the slide to get your way over here, and then lasso your way across this gap. Another sniper waiting for you down towards those conveyor belts. But just like always, you want to bait him. So I hovered in the air an extra long period of time to bait him into throwing it where I wanted to. But here you want to kick him on the way down, so that the extra kick will send you. So like if I kick, it'll preserve my momentum in midair, much like the spin stalling with Spongebob. So that got me forward enough to actually land on top of the conveyor belt, and also the kick took him out in the process. Now grab the golden spatula. And that is it for Sandy's section. I hope you enjoyed playing as her, because she is awesome. We're going to be playing as her plenty more in the future. Now switch to good old Spongebob. Use his bubble bounce on this red button right here. I missed, don't worry about it. Let's try it again. I say let's try it again. There we go. And now we can bounce our way up the top here. And before we enter the building, you don't really need to activate this box, but you're going to activate it on your way around anyway. What's more important is there's going to be a sock hiding behind here. And that is everything that we have to do in the rooftop area of downtown. So now we're going to head on in here. And does this building look familiar to you by chance? What if we look down? Look familiar now? No? I'm sure you'll recognize when we get to the bottom. Pull the R trigger to go to the lighthouse. Are you ready, kids? Set, go. Okay, so this is your first major combat arena of the game. I guess technically Patrick's Dilemma would count as one, but this is one where they send you through waves and waves of enemies. Although if you can take out the Duplicatotron before it spawns in any enemies, then, you know, that's nice. But mainly the goal here is to clear the entire floor of enemies, then you'll be able to move on to the floor below. And obviously you want to take out the Duplicatotron first, because that is the thing that spawns in enemies. And as I said, if you get the Duplicatotron before it spawns any enemies, then you'll be good to go. Unfortunately, I am not a professional speedrunner, so I don't have the memorization. I don't have the positions of all the Duplicatotrons memorized, so I can't just go from one floor to the other and immediately knock them out. I'm sure if I mean, it wouldn't be too hard for me to actually do it. I just haven't really cared enough to do so. Well, I got you first try, so that's at least one of them taken out. Oh wait, no, this isn't the floor 2. I thought this was the floor 2. Never mind. I couldn't count properly. Okay, so this room especially, you want to get the Duplicatrons because there's a lot of different enemies in this room, and I thought it was going to get taken out by the blast radius. And I think that might have come from the other Duplicatotron, so that might have been worthless. But either way, I got the sniper. Let's hope I can get this thing before it spawns it back in. I was not fast enough, but now that both Duplicatrons are down, we can just take everything out. Like, so we got 2 birds with 1 stone there. G-Love's coming up right here, and boom, easy. Super Ultra Mega Monster Combo 2021. 1 year ahead of what year it actually is. Okay, now then, what's of interest down here? The final wheel is right over here. You've collected all the steering wheels. Return to Mr. Puff for your reward. We will, in due time, I promise. But before we do that, I want to hit this button right here to cause a series of trampolines to spawn in, which will allow us to get our way back up to the very top of the lighthouse. Because as you can see, there's a sock waiting for us up there. And we could have gotten it when we first spawned in with a neat little trick, but this is the more official way to do it, so this is the way we are going to do it. A little tedious, I must admit, but even still. A little platforming challenge with the trampolines, and then once you get up to the very, very top platform, the stock will be waiting for you right here, and then you can just fall back down to the ground, like so. And the spatula is waiting for you to collect right here. And now we only have 1 more golden spatula to collect that we can collect at this current time, mind you, before we are done with downtown Bikini Bottom.
You'll have to open this door from the inside.
Remember when I told you to remember that comment for later? Well, that's why. Just a cute little Spongebob joke. Anyway, now we are officially... Oh, is the camera zoomed in? I think I might have... I think I accidentally zoomed the camera in on me a little bit too much. That's... yeah, I clicked it on the right stick and that caused me to zoom the camera in. Anyway, now we're just going to go ahead and warp on back to Mrs. Puff's quest, which is ended the road, so that we can deliver her the...
SpongeBob.
Wheels.
I'm impressed. How did you fight?
Well, there were these robots. I met Sandy, and the lighthouse was...
Okay. Sorry I asked. Here's the golden spatula that I promised you.
Thanks, Mrs. Puff. Now I'll help you guys evacuate.
But SpongeBob, you don't have a driver's license.
Oh, don't I?
No, you don't.
Well, if I don't, then what's this?
A library card.
Oh...
I gotta love SpongeBob's humor. Alright, final golden spatula downtown Bikini Bottom is what I was trying to say. Trying and failing, mind you. Alright, now there's only one more thing we gotta do in this episode, and that is head back to Patrick and collect our reward for bringing him 10 socks. As always, Patrick's gonna be waiting for us right on over there. Actually, what's Plankton gotta say?
What are you waiting for, SpongeBob? Show those robots who's boss! Me!
Not exactly subtle, and yet SpongeBob still doesn't catch on to the fact that Plankton's, you know, the reason all the robots are here. Anyway.
Wow, SpongeBob, you found some!
Now they're back home, safe where they belong.
Here's your golden back scratcher.
Spatula.
I don't speak Italian.
And there we go. We now have 20 golden spatulas and 4 socks, which means we technically have enough golden spatulas to unlock an area in the second part of Bikini Bottom, and we definitely have enough to go fight the final boss. But we're not going to do that yet because we still have one final area to go to in the initial section of Bikini Bottom before we fight the first boss, and that is, of course, Goo Lagoon. So, tomorrow we will be heading there, so thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode, and I hope to catch you all tomorrow for some more SpongeBob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom. Goodbye!